Are these AirPods working? Hello? Please tell me. Yeah? Oh, perfect. You're in here. We can try and tackle that Discord issue together. Alright, I got all my devices out here. I got multiple phones. How do we... I gotta figure some things out. What does the power button... Okay, and it's also windy, so tell me if the wind's too bad and I'll go somewhere else. Oh, it's windy. I thought AirPods canceled out the wind. I thought, thank you. I thought I thought the AirPods like fixed it. Okay, it's not bad. Okay. If it gets too windy, just be like, I can't hear you. And I also need to figure some things out, such as where's the mute button in case some people start saying something crazy. I need to know where that is. Thank you, Beth. What does the power button do in the top right corner? That's the question. I'm gonna press it. Does it quit it? Does anyone know? Tell me not to tap on the name. Tap on what? No. I mean mute myself. Oh, sorry. I yeah. I meant mute myself. I meant mute my own mic. That's my bad. Like oh, ending line. That no. Good thing there's a more. Whoa. This allows me to hear my voice. I don't think it's coming through the AirPods. Oh, the mod request. I'm gonna have to think about that. Yeah. Where's enhance? Oh, cool. Thank you, Mary. What? I'm just okay. I'm not flipping this camera because that's gonna be. Oh, never mind. I meant mirror the video. Yeah, we don't like that. I can flip the camera. This is all. Check out the setup. I got water. I got laptop, and my second phone, and then here's the back. We are currently draining the pool. The tarpaulin compliment. So that's what that is. It's kind of a pool. I call it a kiddie pool. It's like 3 feet tall, like it goes up to my hip. I don't know. We just moved into this house in October, so we haven't been able to use the pool yet. But I checked the water level looks super low, but I checked the water and it looks fairly clear, so it shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, this backyard's primed, propped, and ready for a pool party. Look at this. Look how far back it goes. Look at that. To the fence. And once I get off this, I've got to cut the grass. But we keep the grass pretty long here. If it wasn't for weeds, we honestly probably would cut the grass once every 3 weeks. I have to hide my nails because I bite them and it's super embarrassing. They're brutal. Honestly, if you could see the other side, it's bad. Someone in Nashville called me out for it. It's okay. It's okay. But I'm okay with it. Yeah, I do have a riding lawnmower. Oh no, anything. I would tell you my absolute most embarrassing things about me. I really don't care. Okay, we have an issue. Okay, okay, I'm declining invites for this live video. Okay, we're gonna test out the delay here. Say now when you hear me, because we're gonna have to fix this. Okay, it's not bad. It's not bad. Never mind. I thought it was way worse than that because when you were saying that I was paused, I thought it. I thought it was still paused from before. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, I'm gonna answer the top question no matter what it is. I don't know what it is. Here we go. What made me decide to travel with WGA? Oh, that's easy. I wasn't doing anything, and I got to travel. So, I mean, I wasn't doing anything yet. Didn't have a job. Don't plan on getting a job still. And yeah, I mean, it was an offer that was too good to refuse. Like, I don't know. I like Justin. I like Alex. So that one's easy. Yeah. I actually want to solve that right now. I want to figure out what happened to your Discord right now. I don't want to say it wrong, but it's either Raina or Rana. It's probably Raina. I'm good, but it's probably something crazy because I'm bad with names. Okay, so re we. If you say the pronunciation, I got you. But without that, I'll call you Ray Ray. Okay, let's figure this out. No, no one's gotten in trouble. I like helping. It's fun. I like I like the feeling of checking something off a list, and so uh, like every time I helped one of you guys, like I got to like be like, oh, there's one. Oh, and it's just like a game to me, and it's fun, and yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Either little. I got two phones, so this is my second phone, so I can still text. Okay, when you were adding friends, it told me something is weird. So I'm gonna go ahead and guess that your Discord username has your name in it. Honestly, I'm my members. No, just delete the chat. Just I mean, just delete the screenshot, or just like, I mean, like, the chat's more fun for everyone if you just do nothing with the screenshot. I don't know. There we go. Okay, so it says that it says that you're in the Discord and that you are a club member. So it sounds like you're having a Discord app problem. Uh, just at the overall navigation of using Discord. I'm gonna go back to answering some questions in a second, because once I get started looking at problems, then okay. Okay, so how about this? If you or anyone you know is having trouble getting verified in the Discord, DM me on Discord, because I see all those DMs. And now that you know that, it's okay if you use it. I don't care. But if you're having trouble getting verified, DM me on Discord and I will see it. And then that's a list for me to go through. The problem with Twitter is like all the requests get lost in the other requests, obviously. But if I have a list, then I can just start tackling one at a time. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's answer the second question. Unless it's Vanessa's question again, that's not fair. I will travel with Alex in the future. Yes, I will. We can talk about this. I just want to travel in general. I like traveling with Alex. I want it to be. I mean, wait, time out. When I say that, that also means that Alex wants to travel with me. Like, so I can only give you my perspective. But I'm sure he does. I'm just joking. I'm just saying. I'm only call it stupid, but I'm just giving you my side of it. I just want to be. I want to not as like a as like I want. Okay, this is what my dream would be. I want my apps. I want what I build to work out such that they are generating enough revenue. Like, when I say apps, I mean my apps. Like, that does not include the club at all. When I say apps, I mean the apps that I build personally. I want them to be generating enough revenue, and Enter won't do this. The one that I'm working on now will be generating enough revenue such that I can travel as my own entity, and like I'm just traveling with him, and like I can picking up the camera, like getting on camera and stuff, but like I'm not necessarily like employed to travel. I'm just like traveling just like with Alex. I don't know, but I want, like, you know what I'm saying? I think I'm also sharing a little too much, but that's just like my goal. I just want to be traveling, and like I want to be traveling, and I want to. This is the bottom line of what I'm trying to say. I want to have no obligations to anyone. So, and that's not saying that having obligations to Alex in the past had been anything but a breeze. It wasn't. It's fine. It's just I like the feeling of being my separate entity in everything. So I just would like to travel with no obligations for anything. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But guys, this new app, oh my God, like it's crazy. It's the real deal. Like when you think of apps, you think of like Uber, Tinder, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. You're like, huh, like Uber Eats, DoorDash. You're like, what else is there that you can make that isn't already made? And I think I found it. I think I found it. And I basically already have it made. But I'll open up testing soon. And it's like if you have an iPhone and you have Apple Music, I will be asking for your support in the beta testing phase. The app is like a Tinder crossed with Instagram for finding new music. And it's super easy to use. I don't need funding to make it. I made it myself, but if I want to market it, like I would want some sort of funding, but I want to start small because I don't want to. The problem with funding is now you're obligated to whoever's funding you, and my whole goal is to just not be obligated to anyone. So funding is a real problem for me, but I'm sure I can navigate that situation and find the right person if it comes. However, if I could do it without funding, that would be mint. You can find your soulmate on there through music. That isn't the goal. You're trying to find your new favorite song, but I set it up in such a way that it is a social app, and you can find your soulmate on there through the discovery of new music. That is a little feature that is indirectly put in there to make it a little more sticky, to make you keep coming back, to make it a better, I don't know, make it a better app. It's sweet. And I've stayed up till like 4 in the morning the last 3 nights, just grinding it out, and it's pretty much done. I mean, like when I say that, like obviously I gotta tidy it up, but it's almost ready for testing. You can find, and I made okay, so basically like you post songs you post songs that you think are underrated and you want other people to hear, and you can only have 3 songs posted at once. Hi Peyton, please respond. Hi Peyton, this is my friend Peyton. She has no, that is not even her in her profile picture. So okay, so this is it. So you post you have up to 3 songs posted at once, but you can, okay, I'm butchering the explanation already. Basically, you post songs you think are underrated, and then Tinder feed style, other people go through the explore page and they're just scrolling through songs that other people have posted. Now, there's a lot more to it that funnels in the user behavior, but so like basically like if there's leaderboards, if someone adds your song to their library, you get a point, and there's weekly leaderboards, and so you go to the top of the leaderboards as more people add your songs. So it kind of promotes the users to add better songs because they want to get to the top of the leaderboards because their profile is shown at the top of the leaderboards. And so when you go to the leaderboards, you're looking at the number one guy, you're going to his, or girl, sorry, you go to their profile, and yeah, you want people coming to your profile, then you got to be at the top of the leaderboards. And to get to the top of the leaderboards, people have to add your songs. And for people to add your songs, that means they, 1, like the song, and 2, don't already have the song. So it forces you to add music that you don't think people have heard before. You know what I'm saying? It's perfect. Am I gonna get banned if I and the user interface is so nice. And it's sweet. And there's so many features I can add into it. That's just basic for now. Eventually, I want it to be such that uh, eventually I want it to be such that you follow people, you just like Instagram, you follow people, you can have a group chat, and then in that group you can send songs to each other, but then you can also make like a group playlist where everyone can upload like a maximum limit of songs. So like, let's say there's 15 people in the group, everyone gets to upload 3 songs max, and then you're making like a community playlist. So let's say we're having a party, I make a group for that party, we add 15 songs to that. Each person gets to add 3 songs, and now that's just the party playlist. And I mean, it's already been done in the past, but this is going to be such a better user experience than what Apple Music and Spotify offer. Uh, it's going to be fun. Okay, yeah, so I'll stop talking about it now. But yeah, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone about this. Just let it happen. Let it, in the next couple of weeks, I'll put it out as a beta testing thing. If you can figure it out, that'd be great. Yeah, okay, so this is how it works. So basically you can promote 3 songs at once. But you can upload as many songs as you want, but you can only be promoting 3 songs at once. And what that means is in people's explore page, like when they're swiping Tinder style, only 3 of your songs that you have selected are going to show up in that feed, and you can only gain points on 3 songs at a time. But you can upload as many songs as you want, and that's one to like eliminate spam, obviously, because like you got to think like if you're a music artist, like you're just going to go there and upload all your songs, but that's okay. But if you pick your top 3 songs, then that's exactly what I want you to do, you know? It's iPhone, Apple Music only for now, just because it's the easiest way to develop it, and I wanted to get it done fast. Guys, making apps for Apple is they in the last 3 years they came out with a framework. It's so easy. It's actually ridiculous. Like they take 30% of all app sales, and honestly, they could take more, and I'd be okay with it because they make it so easy. It's crazy. I've probably spent like yesterday. I put in a 16-hour day. No, more than that. I slept for 4 hours and worked for 20 hours, so a 20-hour day. Probably 2 20-hour days where like I just sit, or I'm sitting there. I'm not doing anything but that for the whole day. Oh wow, this one. Coffee, 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 coffee. I like, guys. I like black coffee, dry red wine, and dark chocolate. I don't know. I might as well be eating mud. I just like. I might as well be. I don't know why I like the taste of just like that genre of flavors. Oh yeah, and about the app, I put in so that you have to put in your age and gender, and that's so that you can filter your feed from songs posted by certain ages or gender. And that's me thinking like, I don't think that certain demographics want to hear music from other demographics. However, they can adjust it however they want. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think a 50-year-old man wants to hear a 13-year-old girl's music because it's just going to be a lot of Olivia Rodrigo. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking out for people. And I don't want to build an algorithm that learns what you like. I want it to all be user powered. So for it to be user powered, you have to manually set your filters instead of the algorithm picking your filters for you. I wouldn't. I appreciate you calling me intelligent. I'm just. I just found out what I do best, and that's building things that people would use. I don't know. Okay, okay, okay. Um, I think I was necessarily built for this. I've always, uh, I don't know. I interact well with mature, well, like, I mean, I've seen like people, and not necessarily people my age. And yeah, I like I like being cute. I like being called cute too, and that's getting recorded. Oh, I can answer this one. Uh, okay, so when I was like, I don't know, I'm gonna guess like 10, 10 years old. I was a Buffalo Sabres fan, and I and my favorite player was Danny Briere. And at the time, okay, so I was super stubborn, and they traded away Briere, and I was so mad that I was like, I can't be a Sabres fan anymore. I have to pick a new team, and I went down the list, and I was like, might as well pick a Canadian team. And I went down the list, and Calgary was the first Canadian team. I really liked Jerome McGinley, and I like the color red. And the C is the first initial of my name, so I'm just like, I'm going with it. And then I've been a Flames fan ever since, and I stuck to it hard. I don't know how it happened. I just decided one day. And my friend, so I was a Briere fan, and my friend was a Chris Drury fan, who who also was like the Sabres star player. And when they trade him, he the same thing. He's like, I can't, and he picked the Washington Capitals. But yeah, he doesn't care about hockey that much anymore. I would do it every weekend. That's what I think of it. I would go back and do that every weekend. Hmm. I don't know. I don't have an answer. It's like I shouldn't like I'm not gonna talk like I mean like I feel like whenever I haven't tossed, it's not that I can't. It's just I've just been lazy. You know what I mean? Like old clothes that don't fit me that I want to go donate. Like it's not that they're in a box. It's not like I can't get rid of them. It's just like I just haven't. If someone came and picked them up, they'd be gone. If I think of something, I'll tell you. Yeah, I did just move, so I get yeah, exactly. I just guys, I building the club, I cleared my browser history and it wiped my streak, my Wordle streak, and it wiped my win percentage, and I haven't gone back to it because I'm just I had like uh I had like 74 games played with 100% win streak and like a 30 something streak, and I it's gonna take me a bit. It's not that I'll never come back. It's just I need a week break. I need a break, but I will be back. I'm gonna. No, I do not. Not at all. Guys, we're not going to talk about Elon because I won't stop talking about Elon. Sorry, Kara. I actually don't think any of you guys are allowed to talk about Elon. I don't think. I think there's 4 people in the world that get to talk about him, and I'm one of them. Everyone else doesn't get to talk about him because they don't get it, and that's fine. But you guys just don't get it, and no one gets it, and so they just shouldn't be allowed talking about him. And now it's super political, so like it's not even worth talking about. I'm not even talking about no, whatever. I'm not talking about it because I don't care about the politics. The guy's just like, I don't want to talk about it. But before it was political, it would have been a little bit different. I think my favorite cartoon is SpongeBob overall. However, the show Avatar: The Last Airbender, I really like that show, but SpongeBob was the one that came to mind instantly. Yeah, I mean, I guess cartoon like Family Guy is probably. Do people? Are you guys sensitive about South Park? My thing with South Park is like it's cool, but like saying it's your favorite, I don't know. Saying thank you, Wendy. That's fucking cool. What's that? I've never. There's so many animations I haven't seen before, but thank you. Um. Okay. Rick and Morty. Yeah. What was I saying about South Park? I think saying South Park's your favorite is like I don't know. I don't want that to be, but I love it. But South Park's so like mean to people. I mean, it's entertaining, but saying that it's your favorite, like, I don't know, you might be a mean person. Thank you. Does that stay on my cheek or does that go on your cheek? No, but don't get me wrong. I do love South Park. It's very entertaining. Oh, thank you, thank you. We're gonna think about how the gifts. I'm gonna say thank you. I'm extremely grateful. I will. Amy, there we go. All right. Okay. I need to process how I'm gonna think about this. But thank you, Amy. I appreciate that so much. I'm thank you. You guys will thank you. I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking because I want to act appropriately. But thank you. Um. Oh, I'm blushing like crazy, and I. Oh. Okay. If I can make it work, uh, we the We Go Along crew, no matter who it is, will never have to pay for an app I make in the future. But I don't quote me on that. That's not legally binding because unfortunately, the way Apple works is they're super limiting. So if I wanted to send out subscriptions, like it wouldn't. I don't know. But forget I even said that. But yeah, I need to think about that. But your support means an extreme amount in a very tangible way because I am going to do the coolest stuff. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm going to do really cool shit. I just know I am going to do it. And so all the support, that plays into it. And I don't know. I think it'll be pretty cool. I'm just being honest. Like you guys are seeing this before anything blows up. And you guys are going to be like, oh, I saw that guy before he blew up. And I think it's going to be kind of cool. Not blow up like on a social level, but more on like the business level, like the apps I'm making, because I think it's gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's not that I'm definitely a very humble person. However, I'm also a very aware person and I see what's happening. Oh, let's see. Um, so Reina, I can fix that for you. I'll just do it in the back end, but I'll just fix it. I'm just gonna update your Discord username. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll put you in after this. Yeah, about like making the app, like staying up till 4, and like that has nothing to do with me like consciously thinking I need to work, and everything to do with I am like once I have an idea, I am addicted into it until that idea is a reality. Like so last night when the Flames game we were playing, I I left my house because I knew for a fact that if I stayed home to watch the game, I would only be coding and I wouldn't watch a second of the game. Thank you. Wait, I didn't see whose name that was. I saw the image. I'm gonna figure this out. One sec. Don't send me anything again. One sec. Wendy. Wow. Okay. I need to think about. Thank you, Wendy. Oh my God. I should have thought about this before I came on, but I need to. I'm just not reacting as naturally as possible. I'm sorry, Wendy. Thank you. That's huge. And everyone got notified, and they're like, "Who the heck is this guy?" And then here we go. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, that's huge. I hope if someone got that screenshot, that'd be sweet. Yeah, this is a crazy day. This is a good day. And I was just gonna cut the grass. I'm so happy that you guys aren't yelling about me about the wind because I don't know where else I'd do this. And I'm sure you can hear the wind and I'm sure it's annoying, but thank you for not making me feel bad about that. Because I would. What was it? My lips are very chapped. Okay. Answer that question. Okay. I am generally very neat. Okay, so I have a weird thing. I can't do anything until everything's perfectly neat, but I will make everything, I'll throw everything in a pot. Okay, so you can just picture in your bedroom. Like, you either keep your bedroom perfectly neat all the time, messy all the time, or you make it super messy, like when you get home or like throughout the day, you make it super messy. But then in the morning, you have to make sure you start at a blank slate. You know what I mean? Like my desk or something. Like during the day, the desk can get as messy as possible, but before I get started working, it's got to be perfectly neat. And then like the romanticism of like the desk being super chaotic during the day, that's fine, but start and neat. You know, you know what I mean? Dishes, like I'll cook, eat, let the dishes pile up, and not for too long, and then I don't know if my parents can hear me say this because I can already hear them interjecting, but I don't let them pile up, and then I just do them all at once. Whereas some people just do right when they use it. I do. I do. I could show you the cinnamon. It's a little unnecessary to get up and grab it. You can just imagine it's a bag of cinnamon. Put it in the vitamin mixer or whatever it's called. Just grind it up. Thank you, Rana. Love. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I do. I do have a pet. His name's Iggy, named after Ginla. And I guarantee you he's right beside my dad right now, so he ain't coming out here. But I don't know if this is going to break anyone's heart, but I'm allergic to cats. So, no cats for me. There's a small chance I'm allergic to some dogs, because my cousin's lab comes over and I sneeze, but it happens with no other dog, so I have no idea how that works. Uh, well, this one's a different answer for uni and for high school. In high school, uh, like I'll just be honest, like everything was relatively fairly easy, so like I could get most of the stuff done. Like I just did the work, but like I didn't do anything crazy. Like I had a spare, so I just did most of the work on spare. What was crazy is like most of our teachers gave us like a test. Thank you. Most of our teachers gave us like a test breakdown outline, and like if you just did that, thank you. If you just did that, then you knew what was coming on the test, and it was so easy. But no one did it, and I'm just like, guys, just do it. Like he's literally giving you the test before the test even starts. So just do the outline. But no one did it. I did it, and like it worked out very well. And then in university, like that's where it completely shifted because like at U of T, at U of T engineering, I was by far the most lackadaisical you could possibly get. Whoa, thank you. That was way too quick. I didn't even see. Let's see. Who is it? Thank you, Raina. Please spell out the pronunciation, Raina, in the chat. Raina. Is it Rena? That's a possibility. Riri. You used to call me on the phone. Thank you, Wills Barbie. What? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Where's I need to say names, but I can't see names. Barbara. There we go. Thank you, Barbara. And thank you, Carol. Care Bear too. That's cute. Thank you, Candace. Oh, wow, they've added a lot of animations. Thank you, Kathy. Oh, thank you. Okay, I need to answer questions because if I'm just saying thank you and these keep pouring and I'm gonna feel bad. Okay, 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 okay. Iggy is a Shih Tzu Maltese. We needed a small dog, and I like the small dog. But yeah, he's a Shih Tzu Maltese, and he looks like an Oreo. Brandy, you need help with your Discord being verified? Can you message me on Discord? Can everyone that needs help on, if you can find it, if you can find out how, message me on Discord. 28 new messages. What the? We're paused. How are you paused? How are you paused? Pause. Resume. How about now? I didn't even okay. What I'm gonna do is find the best Discord explainer video on YouTube, because I bet there's one that's really good. But if there's not, then I'll make one. But honestly, why make it's probably really good, and I probably wouldn't even do it justice because there's so many things to do. But you don't. You just need one chat. Just the one chat. Making a chat, making like not using Discord and making a chat for the club would be an insane task for one person. So Discord's necessary. So don't be mad at me for that. It was even hard setting up the Discord because the verification bot had to be coded from scratch, and no one's made one before. But coding up a chat club would be that would be next level. Okay. I'm looking. Guys, if you have... Okay. Here's the thing. Favorite place I've ever traveled? I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I love cruises. And so my mind immediately goes to cruises. It's hard to beat Nashville, and I'm not just saying that. That was really fun for me. I had one of the best weeks. Like, it was 60% because I'll be honest, I really like meeting you guys, and I like attention, and I like being fun, and I like how fun you guys were. Every moment was super fun with you guys. So a mix of you guys, everyone was smiling, everyone was having a good time, and I got attention, which I like. And then the other 40% why I love Nashville so much was because it was just a bender. We woke up and I was surrounded by friends, and I like that. They don't share their thoughts. They just listen and go, "Oh, okay." But I like it that way. I like it that way. They know it's gonna happen. They know what they're dealing with. But I do most of the talking. So yes, it's called Fort Erie. It's right across from Buffalo. We're going. We're going. We're going. We're going. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, I'm skipping some club questions. I'm sorry. I don't have an answer. One sec. Let me think. I liked all my jobs. I started out working very part time for a catering service. Uh, that was fun. Nothing bad happened. Just wait, being a waiter, bringing people their food. But I didn't have to take orders because it was a catering service, so their menu was already like, oh, this isn't my question. I mean, what happened here? Where did that question just go? This one. Sorry. Whoops. So I like that, and then I worked at the zoo, and that's where I worked with animals. And I really liked the zoo. I was there for 3 years. I liked the zoo, and my job was cleaning the bathrooms and taking care of the garbage. That's how much I liked this job. I had a lot of freedom, and I just, as long as the bathrooms were clean and the garbages were taken care of, I just had 10 hours a day to do whatever. And at the time, my girlfriend worked there, so it was fun. And that doesn't have to be inappropriate, guys. I still haven't answered the question. And then the next, I worked at a like a beach resort dealing with golf carts. That was so fun. Like I just fixed electric golf carts, which just meant I changed batteries in golf carts, and I repaired flat tires, and I worked at a beach resort where it's just like the coolest. Like it was sweet. And and then I worked for my friend who owns a construction business where he builds houses, he frames houses and does renovations. Uh, yeah, my birthday is on Saturday, uh, May 28th. And then I framed houses with my friend. That would have been the worst job I ever had. However, doing it with my best friend, no, it was super fun. It was super fun. However, if it wasn't with him, that would have been it. So that's my answer. 2-4. 24. I don't know what I'm doing for my birthday. I Yeah, I had a lot of jobs, and I would have. Okay, so the funny part is, I think I like the beach resort one better. But okay, so this is how it worked. I got the job first at the zoo, and then I got my girlfriend the job. But then I also got her like best friend the job, like her two best friends a job there. So there was like a three pack of them, and then we broke up, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm just not gonna work there anymore, and like it's all good. It wasn't a bad breakup or anything. It's just like not gonna work there anymore. So I got a new job, and then she quit anyway. So I could have kept working there. Is that weird? Oh, what? Your birthday's tomorrow? Happy early birthday to you, Danielle. Danny. I wasn't up here yet. I think there was a more to the story. I don't think it was my thing. I think her like it was a summer job. So by the time we broke up and the summer was coming around, she had a new boyfriend, and I don't think he was gonna be happy with her working there. So I was like, oh, I'll just quit. I don't care. This is fun, answering how I like the life. But you guys gotta come prepped with new questions every time. That's gonna be so difficult for you guys. I'll come prep. I mean, I do have like notes on my phone, not like that, like just thoughts. Like I just have a thoughts tag, and so if I just go into my thoughts folder, like we could just talk about thoughts. And these are all super deep. I'm trying to find one that's not as deep. Oh, I think here's a thought. Okay, so don't let this be political. Don't. This is not political. This is not political at all. This is strictly like this isn't one side versus another side. But I think that there shouldn't be just one president. I think that that the president's role should be split into different categories, and I think that the job you work for should determine the president you vote for of each category. Do with that as you will. Like so, if there's a president of economics, immigration, military, foreign affairs, science, president of science, technology, it's all split up, and then whatever you work for, you like fill out a form that verifies you working for that, and then that's who you get to vote for. I think that would fix a lot of things. I can't be president. Unfortunately, I was born in Canada, but I can be the prime minister. That was my latest thought in my thought folder. All of these notes are about Enter, honestly. I think about I think about apps a lot. It's either about Enter, it's super in depth. Fix that. I write a lot about life. Oh, this one's good. I wrote, it's like a blog post kind of style. I'll go to my questions. It's like a blog post style. And like what I really want to do in terms of freedom is fall in love with the idea of not giving a fuck about anything. So let me try and explain this one. This will be my thought of the day. Uh, a super weapon for getting over emotions that you don't want to be feeling is in the moment realizing that you don't want to be feeling them. Okay? So if there's a moment where you feel anger or you feel anxious, if you realize that this is going to sound super simple, if you just realize in that moment that you truly just don't want to be angry, then you can feel it like just wash away. You feel the anger wash away. But the problem is that desire to not be angry actually has to be sincere. You can't just like think it's not I shouldn't be angry. It's no, I truly don't want to be angry. I want to be the person that's not angry. And that if that desire is true, in the moment when you're getting angry, if you think that's the only way that it can wash away. You can't control it. There's no such thing as controlling your emotions. There's only understanding what you truly and purely want, not what you should want, but what you truly want. And if you truly want a certain outcome, then that's the outcome you're going to get. That's what I think. I don't know. You don't have to agree with me. And so falling in love with the idea of not giving a fuck is if you understand what it means to not give a fuck about anything or not give a damn about anything, and you truly understand what kind of effect that would have on your life, how life would play out if you were in that state, like what the consequences of giving a damn is. If you truly understand that and you are in love with the idea of not giving a damn, that's really the only way to not give a damn, is truly being in love with it. So like, and being in love with it is to me, what that means is just fully understanding it and fully, yeah, that's the thought of the day. And it's all for freedom. Like the problem with things of like, if it doesn't matter in 5 years, uh, like the problem with if it doesn't matter in 5 years, who cares about it right now? Like that is logically true. However, your emotions don't respond to logic. they, they they respond to what's true or not, and so they respond to what's truly in your heart. And so if you have to logically convince your emotions to go away, I don't know. You've probably experienced it. They're gonna come right back the second you stop thinking about that. Like you can repeat that mantra over and over, but like if you're using logic to fight the heart, you're gonna lose. But if you truly, the only way to fight the heart is with the heart. So if in your heart if you truly want to not care, and that is deep in your heart, then that's the only way to truly not care. I will post. I have this written a lot nicer in this little blog post here. I will post it. There's no such thing as trying not to care or forcing yourself into not caring. Like everything else, the only way for a true transformation to take place is by narrowing down the thing you truly want and understanding it at its core. It must be so strongly that in any particular moment, the desire for not giving a damn must be stronger than all other desires. It is the only way. Giving a damn has so many consequences: worry, fear, anxiety, angst, to name a few. And there's so much more to life than feeling these. So take a third person view of yourself, being strung along by every outcome. The hope that relationships go certain way, that career paths can go away, etc. It's not pretty being strung along by those outcomes. You're tied around, you're bouncing around like a can tied to the back of a car. And so if you can just picture that, and now look at what it would be like to not have a care in the world, perfectly content with any outcome, living each moment without hope for the future or regret for the past, and only being like, if you don't have hope for the future or regret in the past, then all you're left with is the moment. And like, that's not like some spiritual like voodoo, like, oh, the moment, the present. No, it's like, if you're just not hoping anything about the future and you're not regretting the past, and the moment is just all you're left with. And so the clarity you would have to see everything the way for what it is, without all that stress and fear and anxiety, like, if you just have clarity in all your thoughts, you're gonna make actions that make your life easier. Yeah, yeah. Oh, this is another good one called "The Lies Lingering in the Background," but I'll save that for the next one. Yeah, unfortunately, like, what I write, it's not meant to be like, it's not like a how to, it's not like a how to fix, it's what is the problem. Because there's no how, there only is what. Because once you understand what your problem is at its core, the solution is obvious. Once you but if you don't under the problem with asking how is it removes you from looking at the what. That's it. So, like, if you see a problem and you immediately go into how to solve it, you're just going to create more problems, because there's a really good chance that you didn't even understand the problem, because instead of looking into the problem, looking 5 layers deep, 6 layers deep, however layers deep into the problem, you saw the problem and immediately looked for the how to fix. If you didn't understand the problem, there's a really good chance all you did was just make another problem. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's the problem with looking at the how, and like, the how looking at the how is such a waste of time, because you're guessing. Once you know exactly what the problem is, the how is obvious. Like, how you need to do something is just like obvious, but you need to understand it so thoroughly. You can have a thought of the day. These are pure thoughts, and pure thoughts don't happen like that. So committing to thought of the day is tough, because I don't want to force a thought. I would love to have a place where I can share the thoughts as they come. But if I'm forcing a thought, then there's going to be thoughts that I put out there that aren't pure, and I want to keep them pure. That's for marketers, and nothing against marketing. You have to do it, but forcing writing is not for me. It's not anytime I feel like it. It's they come to me. Okay. Sorry. By user 375882506184845. Bye. Like, okay, this is I see everything in like metaphors. Uh, like, I view a lot of what things things in metaphors. And with the how and the what part, like like you can't look for answers. You have to look for questions. And the reason why is because the question is the important part. The answer, looking for answers won't get you the answer you want. You'll get an answer, but it won't, whether it's effective or not, probably not. Because this is how I look at it. The second, when you ask the right question, if you ask the necessary question, the answer is immediate. Then it's like you press all the buttons, and the buttons are questions. And as soon as you ask the right question, you get the answer. Like, because it's just obvious, because you understand what it is enough that you ask the right question. But if you search for answers to your first question, the answer may come, but it might not be the right one. Now, I got to think about this more on how to explain it, because unfortunately, the deepest things that you understand are the ones that you have the hardest explaining. Because like, you're really searching for questions. You're not searching for answers, because once you have the right question, the answer is obvious. If the answer is not obvious, if you have to force an answer, there's a really good question, you're asking the wrong question. So picture it like a pickaxe, right? Like you're picking at at an ice wall or something, and you're trying to break through and get to the water. There's a sweet spot somewhere on that wall, and you can either force your way through the non-sweet spot, but if you just ask the right question, you just need to give it a little tap, and it's breaking through. And so you're really searching for the right question. And because you'll just be like, huh. Once you get the answer to that right question, you'll just be like, huh, okay, here we go. Now we're somewhere. Versus like, yeah, yep. My brain doesn't stop, but there's two modes. One mode I like, one mode I don't like. I don't like force. I like when thoughts are flowing, but when you're trying to force thoughts, that's work, and I don't want to do work. I want it to just flow. That's my goal. Just flow, no work. Forcing thoughts, looking for answers, forcing yourself to find an answer. I feel like there's just a point where you realize that all the answers you come up with when you force them don't work anyway. So I just keep doing that. But that's the human condition. Like that's Genesis 4. That's Adam and Eve. That's God kicking us out of the Garden of Eden. Not literally, but what the metaphor that I read from the book. Unfortunately, we bit that apple, and now we're stuck with this brain that keeps us in a rat chase mind, and I think that's just the prefrontal cortex. We can talk about that. That's interesting. So, in Adam and Eve, like the story of Adam and Eve, they eat from they eat the apple from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and then after when I'm saying this, I don't take it. I'm not taking it literally. I'm taking it as a metaphor, and they literally say that it's a metaphor, but people take it literally, and it's fine if you take it literally. That's just not my approach. But they eat from the story goes is they live in the Garden of Eden. They're in perfect bliss. They're okay being naked. They have no worries. They don't work, and then they eat the forbidden fruit, and the result of that forbidden fruit is that the God punishes man to have to work, or to work the soil for the rest of his life. So the punishments are man has to work, and then women have to like it says it, women have pain in childbirth. Okay, so those are the two consequences. And so what I think that was is, as our brains grew, this prefrontal cortex thing right here that's on the top of your head that makes your head bigger, that's the thing that's doing most of that central processing of like the mind chattering, just spinning in circles, doing all this work. Like that thing's doing all the work, and then you feel that in your consciousness, like you feel the thoughts, like you feel your prefrontal cortex is doing all that work. And that's what's right here. That's what caused our head to get bigger. And so I think that eating from the knowledge of good and evil, whatever humans did in our evolution that led to us growing that prefrontal cortex, that was our, and it's not a conscious mistake because obviously we didn't make a mistake, but that's because we grew that whatever happened in evolution that caused us to grow that prefrontal cortex. And it's funny, I've heard arguments that say, like, in the Bible, they say like the snake tricked the human into biting the apple. I've heard that the way that snakes move, slithering, when we were in trees, it was snakes that forced us to evolve. It was snakes that forced us out of the tree and onto land. And then once we were like monkeys, once we're out of the tree and on land, we are so naked and afraid, and we are so heavily reliant on our prefrontal cortex to get bigger so that we can use tools, that it's the snake that chased us out of the tree. Once we're down from the tree, we're on land. We're so naked and afraid on land that we need to develop this prefrontal cortex. And because of that, we developed that prefrontal cortex. Now our mind's just racing all the time. Everything feels like work. We're kicked out of paradise. Paradise used to be this place where everything flowed. There was no work. There was no stress. There was no anger. There was nothing. And we get kicked out of this. We grow this prefrontal cortex. Man has to work. And what happens to women? They have pain in childbirth. And why do women have pain in childbirth? You guys know, it's the head. And it's because the head is so big, and it's so unnaturally big because we just plop this big front half of the brain onto it, that it caused childbirth to be more painful than it was before. And so the story really links up with evolution in that way, and I think that's just so interesting to go down. And then, yeah. So that got crazy. I don't know if you understood a second of that, but I tried to explain it the best I could. The man, women, same thing. Like we're all humans, right? So like thinking of like man, women in terms of gender, like I don't know, it doesn't go anywhere. But like we both have to work. Like obviously there's pattern recognition that you can do to select the two based off of like trends and like normal patterns. But women have to work too. They have that prefrontal cortex too. But in evolutionary sense, like it's the man that has to work because it's the women have what the man in an evolutionary sense, the women have what the man wants. Like the men had to like work to impress the women. Like if you look at all of nature, it's the strongest. All of nature. Let's just look at animals. Don't even think about humans. It's the strongest male that gets the female. It's the prettiest male bird, like that, the peacocking feathers. And so the man is really doing the work in order to impress the females. Please only look at that in nature. I don't want to speak on society right now. So that's why men would have to work more. Like if you look at just anywhere in nature, it's the alpha male, the hardest working male is the one who uh, gets what he wants. Um, I was thinking about something that I would need. I would need a podcast eventually. I'm gonna do a bunch of these. I'm gonna do a bunch of these lives and then maybe do a podcast because this is good practice. Because I would not fare well in that setting right now. I'm way too stuttery. Yeah, and then so if you don't mind me saying this, I don't want this to get political. The coolest part about the New Testament is like the Old Testament says in Genesis like that we got kicked out of this Bible and we're screwed forever. The New Testament, like literally, they could have reduced it down to just like 3 sentences, and that was this guy came and he told us it was possible to go back, and you're not screwed forever. And close book. You'll never learn how to go back. You'll never learn. You'll never learn how to go back from the book. You'll never like just close the book once you understand that someone came and said you can go back. Close the book. There's no how to go back. There's just close it. Now figure out how to go back. And the only way to figure out how to go back is discovering where exactly you're trying to go. But that was Jesus' message, right? In Revelations, he said you can go back to the Garden of Eden. You can go back there. And that's all about quieting the mind and telling it to shut up and to stop working. I think here's another fun one. If you don't mind me keeping going on this train, I can answer some easy questions if they're asked. I can answer some more fun ones. Okay, I'm just gonna answer ice cream flavor. You guys can do whatever you want with it, but I'm like honestly, I'm like a cotton candy bubble gum kind of guy. If I'm being honest, please, I can keep going. Um, thank you, Michelle. Um, I think in the Bible when it says how to get back. Thank you, Rana. Ice cream. That's fine. I think when it says people read it as. I mean, please do not take anything I say personally. I'm truly just trying to figure it out. I think everything was taken too literal. Um, as like I think everything was taken too literal in terms of what to do, what's a sin, and they took it like a rule book. I think it's more about correlation than causation. And here's a little thought for you. I think, I think, I think heaven is a place, whether it's heaven after you die or like heaven on earth, like getting back to the Garden of Eden, like going back to that state of bliss, right? That's what I'm going to call it. When I say heaven, I mean going back to that state of bliss, okay? When when I think when I think of going back there, I don't think there's rules on going back there. And that's kind of what it means by like God will forgive you. It's like there's no rules. Like you get forgiven at any moment. But so there's a strong correlation between here it is. If you kill someone, that doesn't mean you don't get to go back. There's no one telling you that you don't get to go back. But I mean, like, unless it's self-defense and they're like threatening your family. If you, no, we'll say murder, not kill. If you blatantly murder someone, or if you blatantly steal, or if you blatantly lie and cheat, whatever it says in the Ten Commandments to not do, It doesn't mean that you can't get back to that state of bliss. It just means there's a very strong correlation to the fact that you're probably nowhere even close. If you're at the point in your life where you're murdering people, there's a very good chance you're too far in the deep end to get back to that state of bliss. There that that doesn't mean it's not possible. That's why all sins are forgiven. But like whatever that word means, that doesn't mean it's not possible. It's a very strong correlation that the person that murders is probably the person who can't find a way back to that state of bliss. So it's not necessarily hard line rules in the sky that say that's why this is a good thing to understand, because like if you do have some sort of religious relationship and you think that you've done something in the past that you keep holding on to, it's important to know that like what it means by like not like being like to have like this person who gives you rules. Is like there's no God giving you rules. It's like it's your own self. It's like it's all a game for your own self. Like you're trying to get back to that state of bliss that humans were meant to have. And there's no rules on that, on who can and who can't go back, but there is the truth on who can go back and who can't go back, and the truth of who can and who can't are just the people that do. You know, like the it's not a rule like these people can and these people can't. The people that do go back, and the people that don't go back, don't go back. And so there's no rule on like who can and who can't find bliss in this life, no matter what you've done in the past. But there's a good chance that if you were a very quote unquote evil person in the past, there's a good chance that you're not even looking in this direction. And so you'll never find it. If you're not looking in this direction, you'll never find it. But if you are now looking in this direction, there's no rule on what, you don't even have to think about what you did in the past. You can think about what you did in the past in order to understand yourself and to learn from it. But to think that you need to like do anything to make up for it is just not true. It's all a game for yourself. Okay. I think I'm gonna keep thinking about how to say that stuff. But hopefully this, like, you don't need to like understand everything I'm saying. But honestly, I'm just hoping that like maybe this, like, yeah, there's one sentence in that whole spiel I say that makes you think. You know. And like if I offended anyone, please don't be like what. Just if this is about exploring an understanding of what's being said, not looking at what's being said and trying to learn it. You know what I mean? Because I don't think that gets anyone anywhere. I'm only a deep thinker because I'm truly trying to get out of the race and into bliss. I'm not a deep thinker because I should be, or because it's good to be, or because like it makes me feel good about myself, or like it puts me at a high pedestal. The only reason why I'm a deep thinker is because I'm truly sincere about getting back to that state of bliss. I didn't choose to be sincere about it. I just like I see that it's possible and I need it. Like there's no other way for me. There's no like, oh, I should be more thoughtful. There's like, unfortunately, when I figured out, I can't let you know. I mean, maybe I can. But in the past, the two people that I've seen figured out in the past have unsuccessfully shared their knowledge with others. And the two people I'm talking about are Jesus and Buddha. And they unsuccessfully shared their knowledge with others because there was no one after them. that figured it out. And so obviously their lessons didn't necessarily work the way that they were intended to. Like there's like Buddhism, like there's a clear goal in Buddhism, right? Like this one guy, this standard guy, was just like this guy who wanted to escape the rat chase and have eternal bliss, and they call it enlightenment. And he did it, and he was just a normal guy. That's the difference between that story and Jesus, where like Jesus was born a quote unquote god, where Buddha was just born a normal. Well, he was a king, but he wasn't. He wasn't born with any special powers, and like in his story. And so he just went off into the woods, and he figured out his way back to that state of bliss, and then he shared lessons, and now there's just like this whole religion of Buddhism, but no one got what he got. So like I guess it just doesn't work like that. Yeah, I wish we could all be in bliss too, but unfortunately those snakes caused us to fucking grow this prefrontal cortex that just messed it all up. Now we're always working, and we're always worried about what's coming and regretting what happened in the past. But there is a way out. Yeah, we were in Austin, Texas, and this Buddhist monk guy who was handing out like the Eight Noble Truth book from Buddhism came up to me and like was like, well, he was trying to sell like people on this book, and so it's basically like this book that explains like Buddhist teaching on like how on like what it means to get to enlightenment and how to get there, uh, and he came up and he's trying to sell it, and I saw him trying to sell it to other people, and I just had a one liner for him, and you could see like his face was just like he did react. He's like, "Who are you?" He's like, "Who is this guy?" He said he said so he offered me this book, and I just said, "Well, Buddha did it without a book. He just did it on his own. So am I." And like you could see it in his face, his whole life just dropped. He's like, "Wait a minute, you're right. The only guy to ever get where I want to go did it without a book, and I'm out here selling books." Oh, thank you, Michelle. So much for cutting the grass today. I showed him the light. He saw it with his own two eyes. And as soon as you see the light, you understand it. You don't even have to wrap your. That's how you know you're looking at the light. As soon as you see it, you know you understand it. You don't have to wrap your brain around it. That doesn't mean that you're able to articulate it right away, because obviously you're not going to be able to articulate it right away. But you can, you feel it, Thank you, Janice. I'm just, my wheels are spinning, and unfortunately, that's why the greatest discourses are question answer, because, or like prompt, because like I know if I just force something to talk about, it's not going to be pure, and it's probably like but like if a question is there and the answer comes without me forcing it to come. This is a crazy question. Yeah, I am, but no at the same time, but yeah, because WWDC is when Apple. Wait, I really hope this is what you're talking about. but it's when Apple releases all their new stuff. And so for app developers, that's when you get to see what new features are coming to Apple so that you can develop around them. Can I put my face in the top half of the screen? Like here? Um, so they release all the new features coming to Apple so you can develop around them. And so that's fun because you get to see all the new and exciting things that come, but that's not fun because that means that there's a whole bunch of new stuff that your users are expecting. For example, when widgets came out, that's fun. People get to add widgets to their app, but now users are expecting them, so you better have them ready for when the update comes. You know what I mean? Oh, that makes sense. So like, I mean, like I don't care with Enter because Enter's it's for me, but like for this new one I'm building it, if WDC comes around and they release something that completely changes the game, then you're just sitting there like, fuck, I have so much work to do now. I'll tell you the most, I don't know, as a SaaS model. No. It could be adapted to a SaaS model. Um, I probably wouldn't. I like so SaaS model. Okay, so writing the club as a SaaS model, what that means is like you can sell it and license it out to other people, but like sales as a service or software as a service. Sorry. So basically, like um, Patreon is SaaS because like anyone can sign up and like you're selling them your software. But they're signed up with you, they're under your service, and they pay you some sort of fee to to be on your service. What I'm more interested in with the club is I like how uh, Alex owns it, and he doesn't. I want to give like so it's more like I build it, and then the ownership is in the hands of the one person instead of building something where now you sign up for my thing and then you get to. I like the ownership aspect of it because there's a lot of cool things that come with ownership. Guys, asking about my pet peeves and what I can't tolerate, that's a dangerous one. Because what if I say something that you guys do? Like, and that's not true. Like, I can tolerate anything. It's just pattern recognition. Yeah, exactly. Not giving your money to corporations. I mean, like, I'm okay with giving my money to corporations if I know they're okay. We'll talk about Elon here. I'm okay giving my all my money to Tesla because I know that that money is going into making the world's best car. Like, I know that for a fact. Everyone that goes into work, their goal is to make the best product possible. And they've demonstrated that. They're truly just in there trying to make the best product possible. They haven't spent an ounce on marketing. They don't need to market. But I'm cool if a corporation is just like, we're trying to make the coolest things possible. That's the corporations I can get behind. But they're so rare. They're so rare. Like if you walk into a corporate office, how many people are there thinking about the product that they sell as a product standpoint and not as a sales standpoint? Like even the engineers are looking at it as a sales point. Even the engineers are looking at it as a business point. And so I don't like those. No, I don't, Lisa. I, not many. Actually, none. I'll say zero because I didn't score when I played defense, and I played him when I played defense. I only scored when I played forward. But I And that's why Elon's so special to me, because he cares about the product. And no one else does. No one else does. Like he said, the first car he made, he said he didn't care what it cost, how it had to be done. The only thing he wanted to do was build his dream car, and then he was going to sell that to the world. That's something I can get behind. And he's been doing that ever since. That's something I can get behind. Right there. Now, now, that's not how it's done. That's just not how it's done somewhere else. Um, no one cares about making their dream car. They care about making money. You know what I mean? And so like it's a very small difference, because when you're trying to make money, like you're like, oh, the best way to make the more money is to make a product that people want. But making a product people want versus making the best product you can imaginable are two fundamentally different things. You know what I mean? Thank you, Jess. You have two first names. I'm guessing Maggie's your middle name, but thank you, Jess. Have a good day. Oh, no, I know not everyone has that opportunity. I know that. I know that. I know that. But I have the option to pick who I work for, and I only want to work for people who care about making the best product imaginable. Thank you, Janice. He had the money to make his dream car because he like because he had he worked hard at making this little thing called PayPal, and then selling that for like a lot of money. It's not like he was just born with that money. If I go to do yard work now, is that okay? I'm also keeping you guys around because there's no way there's I can be back tomorrow because I have to do this yard work before 4 o'clock. So I'm gonna be going if that's okay, unless you guys say no, and then I guess I'm here. All right, guys. I'm going to have some topics, and I we can probably consider me addicted to this. However, I get phasey with times. Right now, I'm obviously this is, but this was extremely fun, and honestly, I could talk all day. And as you can see, I like talking. So thank you guys. I'm gonna think about my sign off. It's not gonna be this one, but thank you and goodbye. Oh wait, I'm gonna read these. I don't want to just end it without reading these, but thank you. All thank you guys for saying nice words. Much, yeah. Thank you. This is a good day. I'm gonna be very happy about that. I wasn't too awkward and that you guys followed